Not bad, to be honest.
Yeah, my name is Favor Alexander, and I'm gonna be speaking with you, listening to what you and I had to say to help us help each other, and then to establish some form of a relationship. When I mean being able to talk to each other, and then see where we can work together. So, if you don't mind, I hope you're alright and fine with everything.
Yeah. Not bad.
Good, good. So is there something you want us to talk about, if you don't mind?
Yeah, I would think so. I guess this week was a little bit difficult for me. Didn't feel very well. Um, didn't feel very well, and I was trying to read. Not trying. I was reading some sort of literature from our assessments, and came to this idea, which I, to be honest, thought about it before. If a person wants to be a therapist, he may or she may potentially have sort of unresolved issues, which they will try to compensate by trying to heal somebody. And I don't know, I sort of was dwelling on that. I was thinking about that a lot. And also, we've been told that a lot of things will change in our lives, in our relationship with others. I was dwelling on that too. Yeah, I think I will just a lot of things in my life will change just because I'm starting to study. I mean, I will have to change the job. I will maybe have to spend less time with my son, which is obviously bothering me. And I'm thinking, I don't know, even in the end, will I be good enough? Will I make it? Is it the right choice? Just, I question myself too much? Do I overanalyzing myself too much sometimes? And that just makes things maybe not as clear. Or maybe I'm doing the right way. Maybe that's the way. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Just I feel like I sort of almost trapped myself and
And helping people, you feel you keep questioning yourself, your credibility. Is it something I could do? Is it something that will change my life? I might not be able to see my son. You know, are these issues the things that are really bothering you? As in, are they the things you really think about that makes you feel poorly or the way you feel uncomfortable?
that was a very strange thing. It sort of yes and no. That's how I feel. However, I think because I'm sort of stressing myself with my mind, I feel my body gets poorly, and then I sort of become frustrated with myself because I don't have time to be poorly, which is so stupid. Everyone can get unhealthy and everyone can get unwell. You can't be angry on yourself about it just because I have my life. I'm so busy. I have a dedicated day for something, and if I'm not well, I can't do that. And I feel like, from where will I get that time back? And I feel it's partially sort of, it sounds ridiculous, partially sort of my fault, because in the end of the day I got poorly.
All right. Again, I think from my subjective view, I think if you don't see it as a problem, because of the kind of program you are getting into yourself and trying to like learn new skills and all that. Um, if they don't pose a problem to you, I don't think they're a problem. If they don't make you feel it's a big problem, do you feel it is a big problem? Should you accept it as a problem?
Do you mean my doubts? If I don't see my doubts as a problem, sure.
And now start accepting it as a problem?
But that's, I think it's doubtful, isn't it? I think it's no one way to say. It's not, it's just maybe how I am. I just overthink. I just think about stuff.
All right. Would you feel more comfortable if you give yourself time to like, because you really want to do this job, this is the kind of job you want to do, you want to go into psychotherapy, you want to be a counselor, you want to help people, so, and you are already feeling nervous, if I may say, the way you're feeling now. If you take your time, one day at a time, one step at a time, think about what your tutors, your lecturers have taught you, the approach they've taught you to accept, and then how to apply your skills and what you have learned. Do you think that might be of help to your situation?
Not really. I don't think that is the problem. I think I try to take things steady. I think it's just the which thoughts trap me into that overthinking, the motivation, my motivation to give up in life, everything what I was able to build so far for unknown. For unknown. That's against the human, I don't know, nature. To be scared of unknown, and that's what I'm facing. And I have doubts because of that. In the end of the day, I told myself if I feel I'm not good enough or I won't do it just because of my ego, just because I sacrificed a lot for that. I think it wouldn't be unfair. But that thought sort of was on my mind for a week. And then I got unwell. Maybe it's just coincidence, maybe not. However, what's bothering me, it's not even that I went poly, it's not bothering me that I have doubts. I think it's natural to have doubts in this situation. What's bothering me is that I'm not happy with myself because of getting ill or poly. I don't think it's what this says about me. What I expect from myself, never be poly. What I have too high expectations for myself. What I think I'm a sort of extra god of human, which can't be poly. Or is that or what does it says about me? If I planned on Saturday to, I don't know, study and do something and spend my time on the sun and I got poly. I can't predict what I expect that I can predict my life and predict every day of my life without any failures. No, really can't. I have too high expectations for myself. I don't know. Just that's I guess what got me confused.
Do you feel if you start this job, do you feel it will really have an adverse effect on the amount of time you spend with your son?
I think while I'm in the training, I sort of have planned how to cover this part of my life. I'm planning to get a job where I have less hours, and then I will have sort of more time for studying and for my son. So I thought through that before applying, because I couldn't just sacrifice my relationship with my son whatsoever. So the plan is just to find a job, part-time job or with the flexible hours. So I still have more time to spend with him and for studying. Sort of, I thought through that. I think so. I think I thought through that. But again, it's just my plan that maybe not work out. Isn't it? It's just life. That's expectations. That's my expectations.
So what do you think you might want to do at the moment? What do you feel? How do you feel?
At this particular moment.
Yeah. At least now you've spoken your concerns with me.
Yeah.
How do you feel and what do you think?
I don't know, I feel confused, I feel a little bit frustrated, and I feel like I need to find somehow, like, maybe a better way to treat myself.
Yeah, when you say a better way to treat yourself, how do you mean?
Maybe don't have such high expectations for myself.
Alright, like
Oh,
you
no.
know...
Sorry, not high, unrealistic. Let's put it this way. Unrealistic. It's unrealistic to expect from yourself if you plan something that I mean, if you're poorly, you still do what you've planned. That's unrealistic, I think so.
Alright, at least with what you have said, it is not, from my own point of view, it is not a very bad idea. It is not a bad idea. As long as at least you know where you are, you know your thoughts, you know how you feel, and then you know what you stand to gain from the program, the course you're studying, and then for the best interest of time, because we don't have all the time to sit down and then talk, but at some point I believe we will still make our time for subsequent section to speak. I think you've done well finding out time to speak with me. So if you want more session for us to still talk things over, I'll be more than willing and ready to listen to you and create the time. Would that be okay by you?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Did you look at the time, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. So we're going there, because I would like to go back and see how to record, because I missed that bit.
Okay.
You don't mind, that's mine.
You already missed it, right? We were supposed to have this there, so the counselor will be...
Yeah, that's a good point, but we don't have batteries, so we didn't miss that. Because we checked there.
Sorry?
Sorry? Hello?
Can you stay in the room and we'll come back in and then we'll do the feedback?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see how to operate the machine, but whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll still go back there.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, if you want, we'll come do the feedback and then we'll come in the room and then we'll be able to show you.
Okay, brilliant, thanks.
to be a counselor is no one joke. Oh dear.
I love this building, we can see the lines. However, but this is the question I need to write down, because I haven't